They said the world above had ended. But endings are only for those who forgot how to begin again. So you learn to listen, to move quiet, think fast. Be ready to change your mind. Up there, the roads are twisted. The rules are gone. But if you are brave enough to wander and seek, who knows what you might find.
What's up, Raiders? If you've been getting absolutely destroyed on Ark Raiders, repeatedly losing everything to other players, then this is the video you need to watch. Today, I'm breaking down the ultimate survival guide to dominating Ark Raiders' most brutal map, including exact strategies for solo players and trio squads, gear progression secrets that'll give you a massive advantage, and the precise tactics to eliminate every threat you encounter. By the end of this video, you'll understand why better gear isn't just nice to have, it's the difference between walking out alive or dead. I'm going to demonstrate how you can easily win 3 versus 2 fights and more tips and tricks on this map. Stella Montis, which have the most hostile players in my opinion, so buckle up. It is a frozen research facility built deep into the northern mountain range. Unlike the wide-open Rust Belt where you have sight lines and escape routes, Stella Montis is a massive underground complex with tight corridors, multiple interconnected chambers, and 2 distinct layers. And here's the critical part, because the map is so vertical and maze-like, every player encounter happens at close range. There's no time to react. There's no distance to maintain. If someone sees you first, they have about 3 seconds to eliminate you before you know they're there. Or it can be any other map too, as the game is getting more hostile recently. Let's be straight about something. Better gear is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. When you encounter another player on Stella Montis or any other map with superior equipment, you're not playing against their skill. You're playing against their gear advantage. And that advantage is massive. A player with MK 3 augments has more shield capacity, better armor values, and can absorb more damage than someone with MK 1 equipment. In a 20-meter corridor with 2 enemies shooting at each other, the one who survives 2 extra shots wins. An upgraded weapon doesn't just deal slightly more damage. It has better handling, better accuracy, and faster reload speeds. When engagement windows last 2 to 3 seconds, these milliseconds decide everything. Upgrading your gear isn't about becoming sweaty, it's about leveling the playing field. Better gear lets you survive longer, engage smarter, and extract richer. If you want to compete on Stella Montis or any high loot area, especially solo, you need to invest in player level progression, better gear, and more. Knowing a quick escape route that leads to a defensible position separates survivors from casualties. Memorize every door, every ventilation shaft, and every alternative passage. For solo players, never fight fair. Don't engage another player face to face in an open area. Instead, try to only engage when you have positional advantage. They don't know where you are. Range advantage, you're with a weapon that outclasses theirs at that distance. Health advantage, you're at full HP and shields, they're damaged. Gear advantage, your augments and equipment are visibly superior. Because if you face a better geared or better skilled player than you, you're a toast. Or you can try and negotiate, which is the best choice, I think. But you cannot always escape a fight, so make a smart choice. Solo or squad players must know that your augment choice matters more than anything else. You want the combat MK 3 augment because it gives you 3 weapon slots more flexibility, 5 quick use slots more healing, more grenades, more tools, light shield support, enhanced mobility. That extra healing capacity and those extra slots can literally turn a losing fight into survival. Players should always carry diverse grenades. Blaze grenades fire dot blocks, choke points, and forces movement. Seeker grenades homing punishes isolated targets. Snap blast grenades sticky opens fights with guaranteed damage. Lure grenades distraction creates confusion and space. Coordinated grenade usage doesn't just damage enemies, it manipulates their movement. It forces them into kill zones. It prevents them from coordinating with their own teammates. When you throw a blaze grenade down a corridor, enemy players can't sit in cover. When you throw a seeker grenade at an isolated raider, they have to run or die. When you throw a lore grenade into an open area, their attention splits. Always know where your extraction point is and keep a clear path to it. Control the territory, but never get so greedy that you can't escape if a larger force arrives. Like those Hornets, Rocketeer, and other players too. Your absolute priority is reaching your first MK. 1 augment. Doesn't matter if it's combat or tactical. You need that baseline equipment upgrade because MK1 gear already gives you measurable advantages in survivability and utility slots. Run the other maps first if needed. Stella Montis is unforgiving when you're severely under-equipped. Grind out Buried City or the spaceport until you have MK1 gear, then graduate to Stella Montis. And try to get the blue shield, because as you can see here, I would have already died with the free loadout kit or the green shield. And this is a 3 versus 2. Just look how better gear beats them. Plus I upgraded my 2 guns here in this fight. Each augment tier isn't just slightly better, it's mechanically different. MK, 2 to MK, 3 jumps from 3 to 5 quick use slots. That's 66% more healing capacity. That's 66% more survivability in extended fights. When you're facing equipped enemies, that extra healing slot might be the difference between extraction and elimination. See, we won the fight narrowly because we have 2 blue shield each and the enemy is on green shields, which is not good at fights like this with better equipped weapons. Basically my friend here has a machine gun. Stella Montis PvP is nothing like open map combat. Every fight happens in tight spaces where traditional strategies fail. On Stella Montis, combat distances are short. You're typically fighting at 15 to 40 meters in corridors or chambers where line of sight is limited. Never peek with a sniper rifle. Long-range weapons are trap choices on close fights. By the time you aim, the enemy has already rotated or closed distance. Precision rifles work, but only as opening weapons for predictable targets on fields in maps like Blue Gate, Spaceport, Dam, etc., but most of the loots happen inside the buildings, so be prepared. Shotguns and SMGs become dominant. El Toro shotgun and Rattler SMG are the most efficient weapons because enemies can't maintain distance in tight corridors. If you get close range engagement, you want close range weapons. High damage single shots means you can damage from mid-range, then push with your shotgun or Rattler. So try to carry 2 weapons, 1 close and 1 long range. And remember, swapping weapon is always faster than reloading. Like I did in this video, I'm not that pro, but at least I try. Don't just hide behind cover waiting for the enemy to push. Peek from multiple angles. Switch cover positions constantly. Force the enemy to guess where you'll be next. When an enemy is pinned behind cover, they're locked into position. You have mobility advantage. Use it to flank or force them to move into your crossfire, like I just did in this one. And my good friend here covers the other side. Sound is massive on Arc Radar because of tight indoor spaces. Footsteps echo. Weapon fire reverberates. Explosions are unmistakable. A good player hears a fight and knows exactly what's happening before they even see it. They know the enemy reload cycle. They know when to peek. They know when to revive a teammate. Ombat is won through peeking efficiency. Players who master peeking win 70% of their fights because they control information. They see the enemy first. They get the first shot. They dictate engagement. Always maintain 30% of your backpack as empty space. The moment you're 70% full, start rotating toward extraction. Greed costs fortunes on Arc Radar. Your tools have cooldowns. Your healing items have limited supply. Your augment abilities have charge times. If you're running with randoms in squad mode, assume they'll betray you or make terrible decisions. Play conservatively. Don't expose yourself. Bring extra healing items because you can't rely on their support. A good random teammate is a bonus. A bad one is a death sentence. I have faced some expeditions where my teammates have died shouting "don't shoot," and some will just leave you behind and extract while in a trio fight, so good luck on your random friend. For progression, trio will always be faster than a solo because 3 people farm materials 3x more efficiently. A trio team can reach MK. 3 augments across all 3 players in 2 weeks instead of 4. Ark isn't a map you dominate on day one. It's a long-term investment, but that investment pays off. Once you understand the layout, master the combat, and reach MK 3 gear, you'll extract with fortunes regularly. The players destroying you now? They've been doing this for weeks. You're not playing against skill alone. You're playing against accumulated gear advantage. Close that gear gap and the skill difference becomes obvious. Spend your first 10 runs just learning. Don't force fights. Learn the layout. Learn the loot positions. Learn the spawns. Augments are more valuable than weapons. A MK. 3 augment with a basic weapon beats a MK. 1 augment with the best weapon. Every raid should have an objective. Get X resources for the next upgrade, not run around hoping for loot. Your headphones are more important than your monitor. Good audio means early warnings, enemy positioning, and tactical advantage. If you're naturally a team player, trio is superior. If you're naturally independent, solo is your lane. Don't force yourself into uncomfortable roles. The loot doesn't matter if you can't extract. A successful raid with 40% of your backpack full beats a failed raid with a full backpack and 0 survival. That's your complete survival guide or tips and trick to Ark Raider. You now understand why better gear is non-negotiable, how to survive as a solo player, how to dominate with a trio squad, the exact progression timeline, the tactical combat approach that wins. If this guide helped you, drop a like. Subscribe for more Ark Raiders content. Comment below with your best Stella Montis raid moment or your biggest question. The most important thing you can do right now? Load up your next raid with this knowledge. You're not going to win every fight, but you're going to survive more of them. See you in Stella Montis, Raiders. Good luck! I'm just going to tell you straight to the point. Look at this. I'm throwing a gas grenade to the Schrader, which is absurd. But sometime that's it. You don't know what you have and just want to use it without much thought, and can surprise you in many ways. This is the night map of Stella Montis, and what makes night raids so good is that it increases the chance of getting better loot, and it is not only on the night modes but also in other events like electrical storm and more. Just look at the snowfall. Beautiful. For extraction in this map, look out for enemies as there is not much escape points. Every player is going to be rushing to get out after some loot and you don't want to get in the way. But there is a hidden location in this area I'm going where you can hide yourself if your squad dies and left you alone. If you find it, comment below, Raiders. This is where a good headphone can make a difference, because you can almost hear a player coming through here, and that's why this next player is going to get cooked. Sometimes I find players just waiting to ambush in this extraction area, so watch out because every player doesn't want to just leave in peace, they are here to loot you. I think the enemy should have already known that some player is trying to extract. So my advice is to wait for them to leave if I were him, and you can extract later. But poor choice, I guess. I tried to loot, but my mind kicks in. Don't be greedy. And he deserved that kill. So, hey, share a little. Thanks for watching and sub for more tips and tricks guide.
Head home at the loading bay metro.
My dude looks like straight from an Arnold movie with that machine gun. Damn, maybe a Japanese Arnold.